Hello everyone, welcome back to Bag Only, the inventory only UIM on Oldschool Runescape. Not using POH storage, clue scroll stashes, inventory enhancing containers, death storage, any of that stuff. Just following on from the last episode, just here about to do a tree run. Just noticed we're super close to getting 45 farming, so if I just check this tree, that's level 45, and now we can actually grow maples, which is really cool if we get any maple seeds from our birdhouses, and we can actually enter the first tier of the farming guild, which might be cool. And right, just to start us off today, we're going to knock this crafting goal out. What I want to do is just get from 53 or 54 or whatever we are here, up to 60 so we can do the next tier of birdhouses. We'll need one more hunter level, but we'll get that in no time by doing consistent runs. So we'll be using the classic UIM chartership method in Port Phasmatis, just buying the supplies for glass at these charter guys, running over to the furnace, turning it into glass, and then blowing it on the way back, selling it and repeating hopping worlds. I've probably been doing this like an hour and a half now. It's really painful with how slow the world hops currently are. They're like 10 seconds each. And if you hop to a world that doesn't have any stock, then you have to hop again. It's like 20 seconds just to buy some sand. It's stupid. Anyway, we're getting about 30k an hour, a little bit more than that. So to get to 60, it'll be like another 2.5 hours. Only like a 4-hour grind for this. Gonna get those nice U birdhouses once we have one more level in Hunter, which will come with no time doing these birdhouse runs. So then our Hunter XP per day will go up, and hopefully the quality of seeds from the birdhouses themselves will increase, so we can also get better farming XP per day, so that's really, really cool. And there we go. It only took us about 4 hours to do this, from 53 to 60, just making lantern lenses and selling them. As you can see there, we made 1,672 lenses in total, and it cost us next to nothing, as the glass sells for a bit, and the sand and soda ash barely costs us anything. I think we lost something like 2,000 doing this, so that's fine. So yeah, as soon as we get this one more hunter level up to 59, we can move up to U birdhouses, which once again might be easier to get to as well, the U trees, so easier trees to get to, and potentially better seeds from the birdhouses. I've not looked that up, but if we want to continue this method on to 70 for the crafting requirement for Questscape, I think it's Monkey Madness 2, that one, then it should only take us about 12 more hours doing this method, so totally doable. It's only another 3 times what we just did here. So I'm just about to plant this here tree, but in the meantime I'm going to prune 6 branches from this willow in Varrock that I previously planted. This is for a Falador medium diary task to craft a basket on a loom near Fally Farm. Of course we won't be utilising this basket because it's an inventory enhancing container, but it's nice to get the diary done when you remember to do so, because you do have to wait for a tree to grow to do this one. So I'll just knock it out now before I accidentally clear all our willow trees. On the way down to the farm I checked an oak tree in Falador Park that I just planted, and we hit 47 farming from that, which is a really nice level. That's the level for watermelons. These are required for a couple of diaries where you have to make scarecrows. They're a super compostable crop, so that's always useful, and they're used to pay for some other plants as well. So win-win-win. And there we go, that's the basket crafted and that diary task I was talking about knocked out. Now, it seems a good a time as any to go get our fire making done. What we need to cover our Questscape is just 66 for the making friends with my arm or whatever it is, where you build the bonfires, and that shouldn't take too long at Wintertot. Even on an account like ours, if we have to keep leaving and getting food, it shouldn't be too painful. I've no idea what the optimal setup looks like for an account like ours, but I grabbed some games necks just from the ham storerooms, just to make sure we had teleports both to the Warriors Guild for the food shop, and actually to teleport up to Wintertot itself to save some time. I find it helpful in here to crank the brightness down, as the whole area is white, all the overlays white, the boss is white, the text is hard to read anyway, and it just looks kind of garish, and it's hard to do at night time especially, so I always turn the brightness down to minimum in this minigame. That and hiding other players lets you actually see what you're doing, because this minigame's always full of people running about. Honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of this minigame, I've never really liked it. It's really good XP, and obviously it's a more engaging way to train fire making, which is nice, but I find random constant stuns that you can't avoid are a really terrible gameplay mechanic, especially when there's no cooldown. There's an ability to be like back to back to back to back stunned and damaged, and when that happens to you, it just, for me personally, drains my want to play this minigame. Anyway, you do get a tiny bit of construction XP when you fix broken braziers in here, which is a nice bonus, especially for Ironman, so I can't complain, and like I say, we shouldn't be here too long. And here we are, our inventory is too full of crates to continue, and we're out of food, so let's just pop these, see what's inside. Some decent stuff. Sadly we can't plant the Avantos because they're like 50 farming, but the Ranar's a nice one, so I'll go plant that before the next game. Okay guys, we've been cracking through our Wintertots here. We've got ourselves level 63, super close to 64, just planning to go for 66, so probably 2 more trips, something like that. We've only done 18 KC. I think I did 2 games where I didn't meet KC, so we've done about 20. just popping out now because we have run out of food. We can only do about 2 or 3 games per run, so then I either tele to the Warriors Guild or the Brimhaven Food Shop, fill up on decent food, then tele back with these games next I bought. I did just get 2 teak seeds, which is kind of massive. Teaks you protect with limpwort roots, if I'm not mistaken. Well, regardless, we'll go plant them, but what we did get actually 3 Avantoe seeds, which is a shame because we don't really have anywhere near the farming level to plant them as far as I'm aware. I think they're 50. Yeah, I'm not keeping them for 3 levels. We can only get a +1 boost easily, so I'll just drop those. These 2 teak seeds are going to be super useful. We're going to go plant those on Fossil Island because hardwood trees are really, really good XP. So we'll just go back to Hobgoblins and grab 2 trips or 3 trips or whatever of limpworts, and then we'll plant 2 teaks for some nice farming XP. So that's cool. We've really not got too much good from here. I think we got about 3 or 4 Ranarr seeds so far, which is nice. And I have planted them, but the other seeds have been a real letdown. I got some burnt pages. I'll just hang on to them on the off chance that in the next few KC we get a Tome of Fire. Chances are we won't, so I'll sell or alch those. And then obviously I got some warm gloves, which don't really do anything. It's just replaced our Clue Hunter gloves. They don't give any fire making XP because they're not part of the outfit. So yeah, that's the update. I'll go plant these various things, fill up on food, and then come finish off this level 66 for Questscape. Right, okay, that's as many limpworts as we can take. What I just thought is we've actually got some growing outside our house in Hasidius. Oh, I'm going to have to go to the farming shop, whoops. Let's note these on this guy, and then I guess we need to grab a spade or something. So if that's like 4 or 5, that'd be really nice. And then we'll just go back to Hobgoblins for 1 more trip of theirs. This is the farming shop I've been using for this patch. Obviously not using the tool leprechaun because, you know, the whole silly rules of this account and all that. I remember what's planted here. I think it's Ranarrs from Wintertot. So we'll leave those alone until we want prayer pots. And there we go, another 5. Awesome. So that's 22. Right, so with these limpworts picked and the ones we just got before, we're now at 22. So I'll just scoot over and get 8 more from Hobgoblins, note them on the tool leprechaun nearby, and then nip to Fossil Island and just plant both these trees and pay for them. After that, we go back to Wintertot a little bit more on 22 KC now, just cracking open 4 crates. As you can see here, we get a little bit of garbage again, some sapphires, Harrowlanders, some ore, some logs. Right guys, there we are, 66 fire making. We can now light troll fires and do the quest, which gives us access to them. Just crack these 2 boxes, see what we get. Anything, maple logs, coal, Avantoes, garbage. So yeah, that's another skill set up for Questscape. So with fire making complete, next on the agenda was to complete a little bit more agility training. I wanted to get to at least 60 so we'd unlock some actual good agility courses, those being the Werewolf course and the Seers course. So I decided to do this over at the agility pyramid since we were quite short on cash, and obviously every lap here gives you 10k coins. Yoink! 60 agility! Insane! So we can now use the Werewolf or Seers courses, which are a lot easier to get to than this one. And also do some stuff in God Wars Dungeon, which doesn't matter. I'm actually going to stay here for a little bit, do some more, just because we're making crazy good money. It's 10k a lap. I tried to calc it. We need something like 900k in oak planks to get to 70 construction. So if we just do like another 45 laps here or so, then we'll have enough money to go straight to 70 construction and get the Questscape requirement. So we're going to try and do that today. Alright guys, that's another lap down, closing in on 62. Just need a couple more obstacles. As you can see here, we've got 805k and then another 5 tops in our invent, so 850k. We're going to try and get to around a mil, and then we'll leave here. There we go, 62 agility. Really nice level. Obviously level 2 of Hallowed Sepulchre whenever we do Sins of the Father quest. We also get the shortcut up to Konar, the Slayer Master, from the bottom of the mountain there, so that's really nice. And also we can do the Beneath Cursed Sands quest. Which now we actually have all the requirements for. The others were fire making and crafting, which we've done, so that's really, really cool. What I will do is I'll just stay here a little bit longer, get a few more pyramid tops just for some more money. Right guys, we're done with our little agility trip for now. Take a look at the stats. 62 and 18k left till 63. So what we're doing right now is we're just at the Woodcutting Guild. We can go to Perry's Chop Shop here, grab ourselves the Rune Axe or Rune Hatchet, whichever it is, and then we're going to start doing some Mahogany Homes contracts. The reason we get the axe is because we'll be cutting oak trees up near the lumber yard and making all our own oak planks with this stack of cash. What I will need to do is just quickly head over to Lumbridge, head over to Ali Morissane's shop. Definitely going to need some runes. Okay, and what we're going to do is just buy a couple of water packs because we will need to go to Falador every time to pick a contract up. So let's just try one, see how it's going to go. Obviously we've got our ring now to teleport to the sawmill, so it's going to be kind of painless. I did sort of vaguely calculate this, because obviously not every contract gives the same amount of XP, so you can't perfectly calculate it. But I did look it up, and it should be, to get us to 70 for Questcape, it should be around 340 of these contracts, which is around 940k coins just for the planks, which obviously we are shy of, but that's fine. And then obviously we'll need runes for Falador tellies, runes for house tellies, and runes to charge our Ring of the Elements. So we're going to need a lot more money, probably a little over $1 mil. So we'll grab a novice contracts, those are the oak plank ones, and then we'll go to see Norman. So to help out a little bit with our cash situation, I did go to this Burthorpe shop that buys items for high elk price, and just sold off our Dragon Dagger and Rune Plate legs. We won't need these for a while, and we need the money. After this I went to Ali and bought some runes for superheats, as we'd need steel bars to do these construction contracts, and with superheats we can make the steel bars a lot quicker. So what I would do is teleport over to the Ardi Monastery with our cloak, and just mine the iron ore and the coal that's here, and then superheat into 3 steel bars. After this, I'd use our Ring of the Elements, with charges inside, to teleport up to the Earth Altar, which is right next to the lumberyard. Then we could chop some oak logs there with our Rune Axe, and then pay to turn those into oak planks. With the planks, a hammer and a saw, and our steel bars, we could then head over to wherever the contract took place. Then we'd go inside the house, build all the items, and then if there was a construction contract giver close by in the town, we'd go to them. Otherwise, we'd nip back to Falador to pick up a fresh contract. Right guys, just a quick check-in. Been doing this a little bit. As you can see here, we're 11% of the way to our goal, which is 70. We're getting around 50k an hour doing oak planks. I did try teaks, and including the time it takes to go cut them and return to the sawmill and turn them into planks, the extra XP doesn't actually work out to that much. We got something like 54k an hour with those. And I've been paused for a while, so it's about 51k with oaks. So oaks are obviously definitely the way to go. So yeah, it's only looking like another just over 10 hours, 11 hours, to get this goal done. Alright guys, another day, another mahogany home contract. Just a quick check-in here. Here are the stats. We hit 60 in our construction, which is really nice. We started this at 49, and obviously the goal is 70. We've been getting around anywhere from 40 to 50k an hour doing oak planks, I think I said last time. I'm just checking in because I want to show this particular mahogany contract off. Mahogany homes, sorry. They're called construction contracts in RS3, and I've played that more, so it's on my mind. If you see, we only need 3 to 8 planks to do this one, and 0 to 1 steel bars. Our house is here, so we can right-click, teleport to house, telly outside, and we appear here. And then the house we need to work on is right next to us. And then all we do is they always only seem to have 4 pieces of furniture. So we literally fix a chair, fix an oven, remove this chair, build a second one, remove this chair, build a second one, and then just run into this room here, talk to the lady, probably 10 seconds, right? Something like that. And then we always take the cup of tea. And then we just teleport back, carry on with our laps. I'm not sure how many hours it's going to be to finish this little grind, probably about 12, so that's not too bad. Once again, I'm getting my steel bars here, just because we have Monastery Telly on us. We grab ourselves 6 coal, 3 iron, superheat all 3. I get 3 bars just because it makes less trips over here. It's nice to do the bars first and then go do the planks, because obviously once the coal's out the way, then you've got more space for planks. So yeah, it's relatively easy to do this. And also, of course, with our Earth Altar telly to go straight to the sawmill, it's such a smooth grind. I think without that, we'd probably be getting like 20-something k an hour instead of 40 to 50, so it really does make a difference. But yeah, I'm just going to carry on knocking these out, and then I'll see you when I see you. Hey again, guys. Just mid-construction. Let's take a look. We're 61 on the way to 62. I thought I really need to go back to doing birdhouse runs, at least trying to. And so with this one, we should now be 59 hunter, which means we can do U birdhouses, which is really, really cool. I mentioned those before. Obviously, we did the crafting at the start of this episode, so now we can fully make those. But I'll just continue doing mahogany because I brought the logs for this particular trip. And then going forward, we'll upgrade to U. We won't need to run over to the fairy ring and then run over to the mahoganies that are behind the farming guild that we've been doing. So hopefully that'll save a lot of time. I don't know how long it's going to take us to chop 4 U logs with a steel axe, but that's a different question in itself. So let's just quickly see what we've got in these nests. Oh, I'm going to have to do a farm run before going back to construction then. I can't not plant a curry tree. If we take a look, we're currently 47 farming. That's actually the best fruit tree we can do. So I'll go plant these 2 and then get back to construction. I'll clue you in a bit. Hey guys, back at construction. I'm just going to try something real quick. Since we far surpassed the level 38 you need for getting into the Tithe farm, I'm going to see if we can just walk inside and unlock the minigame telly. Just so we have a nice little teleport over here. Yes, I know what I'm doing. You can now use the minigame telly. Okay, that's all you have to do. Awesome. So now if we do need to go to Hesidius, especially if we ever end up moving our house and our house telly no longer takes us here, then we can scroll down to Tithe Farm, use this minigame telly, and it'll put us in this room, so that's really nice. Hey guys, still working on construction here. As you can see, we're 66 on the way to 67. Just stopped to do a quick birdhouse run, and on the way round we actually got our first ever pineapple seed, which is a fruit tree, which needs 51 farming with 48. So if we boost +3 with a garden pie, we'll actually be able to plant this now. So what I'm doing is I'm just working on killing some goblins here in Lumbridge. Just want to get a chef's hat drop, and then I'll run inside the guild to the pie shop, grab a garden pie from there, and then I'll be able to boost and plant this pineapple tree, which if it survives should be some lovely farming XP when it's done, because obviously it's a tree a bit higher than we should be able to do. So been doing construction for a couple of hours now, but I think it'll be something like 4 or 5 more hours. It's going really smoothly actually. It's kind of fun. We are really running out of money though, 160k, so I really don't think we'll make it all the way. After we hit 70, obviously that's the only level we need for Quest Cape, which is the ultimate goal. I may actually decide to do some more construction. If we go to 75, then we can reliably boost up to, well, we could boost up to 83 with a stew and a saw from a quest, but we can reliably boost +6 to 81, and then we can make stuff like Achievement Gallery, we can make the first jewellery box for Unlimited Games Neck and Jewel Ring Tellies, make ourselves a Portal Nexus, a Mounted Xerix Talisman, the pool to drink from to get your run energy back, all that kind of cool stuff. So what I might actually do, because it's a smaller grind from 70 to 75 than from 49 to 70, and it wasn't too painful this time around, so I could do the same thing again. It would mean more money from Agility Pyramid, but it's never bad to train our agility while doing that, so that's 2 birds 1 stone as well. So yeah, once we get the chef's hat, I'll get the pie, do our farm run, and then just get back to work until we run out of cash, and then I'll probably clue you guys in again. Right gamers, here we are, just sorting out Bob's house for this contract. And this, as you can see by my cash stack, will be the final one that we can afford. We spent our 900 and whatever it was K. Just have a look at the XP we've got. We're 38k from 69. We're about 108k in total from 70. So that's only about 2.5 hours of doing this when we come back to doing it. Not sure how much gold we'll need. And also once we hit 70, we'll crack open those construction contract reward crates and just use up the supplies from those and see how far we can get. So yeah, what I will do, we'll just nip over to Lumbridge real quick. I want to kill 3 cows on the way down. We're just going to nip into Sophanum and do the clothing portion of the Ali Morrisane Rogue Trader mini quest. Basically, if we bring 3 cowhides down to the guy in Sophanum, then he'll start supplying Ali Morrisane with some new desert clothes. Currently, he doesn't sell a desert bottom for some reason, he sells boots on the top. So if we can do that, then we'll be able to buy full desert gear from Ali. So when we do come back to going to Agility Pyramid in the future, it'll be easier to get our outfit back. Currently, we're just wearing absolute garbage. I got some beekeeper boots and some frog princess outfit that I got from random events. So we'll just drop all that on the floor and replace it with desert stuff. Right gamers, here we are, back home at the pyramid. As you can see, we're dressed in the absolute most swag gear. Took the guy the 3 cowhides and unlocked the desert robe shop at Ali Morrisane. And we got this weird desert top trench coat variant, and this matching kind of skirt variant. Supposedly it still works as desert robes according to the wiki, so that's cool. So we should have maximum protection, even more so than last time because we had those rune plate legs on. Didn't get a cat purely because I couldn't be bothered to go get a small fishing net, get more Karambwanji, and then bring a cat. So we'll just sod that for now. We don't need one for quests. I might need one later for some spicy stews once the construction grind is complete entirely to like 75. But that's a long way away, and we'll just get a cat then if we need one. And then go chase some evil Dave rats. Then once we've done that, we'll go pimp our house a little bit. Ideally after we can secure a better moneymaker. For now, I don't know of anything better than this. If you have any suggestions, please leave them below, based on me being a bad player and having these bad stats. Hey guys, it's a new day, and we're still constructing. Here we are, we've got 69 construction, we're like 2k off, so we're going to do this contract and then the one after. And then we'll be done. Okay, so this should be our final contract for now. As you can see, we're 998 XP off, so we'll definitely get it from this guy, because you get 1250 at the end. But it's a really good method. This was super easy to get to 70. All you need is a bit of cash and a few hours of your time. All these new mini-games make the game so simple. You need way less planks than you needed before, and every time you complete a contract, you get your run energy back, so you can keep the pace up. Really good. Completely done. I'll have a cup of tea just for the memes. There we go, 70 construction. Absolutely crazy. We can do expert contracts, which are the mahogany plank ones, which might be useful. Revitalization pool, hopefully one day, if we can ever get stamina pots on the account. Anyway, let's take a look at the things we've unlocked while we've been training here. We already had the chapel, we boosted to the portal chamber. Obviously now we can make portal chambers without boosting. The superior garden we will be making, that's the garden that allows you to build a spirit tree or a fairy ring in your house, as well as some pools to drink the juice and restore your stats, prayer, run energy, special attack, all those kind of things. So we'll try and work on those when we can get the money and the other items to make the pools. 72, Portal Nexus. Obviously, don't forget, guys, we can boost with a +3 boost by drinking tea in our house, or alternatively, we can boost with a +5 boost with a spicy stew from catching those evil Dave rats. Now, these two boosts also stack with a +3 boost available from the Crystal Saw item, which we can go get because we do have the requirements for Eyes of Gloffrey, and it's not a very difficult quest. Okay, here's the plan. I'm going to nip over to Keldgrim, I'm going to head over to the west side. And what I'm going to really quickly do is pick up a gold leaf from the building shop over in Keldgrim, and then we're going to use that to create the mahogany eagle lectern in our house. Now finally, this is the lectern that enables us to craft teleport to house teleport tablets, and so it'll take the runes for one cast and one piece of clay and turn it into a single stackable teleport to house tab. So that'll be really, really nice to have. So we'll just head over here to the building store, buy one of those, and then we'll head over to the nearest construction person, probably in Falador, and we'll claim all our crates. So let's buy a single gold leaf. We will have to come back here to buy some other stuff, no doubt. For example, marble blocks, 300k each. These 130k each. The magic stones are almost a mil each. We'll need a lot of this stuff if we do push to 75 and then boost to something like 83 and make all the really advanced play-around house things. We'll have to get a lot of cash and come back to this guy. We've earned 1,120 something points, so that's a whole bunch of these crates, and as you can see there's different roles for different items. There's nothing really good, you can't get any of the really expensive items that we just showcased in the builder's store, but you can get up to mahogany planks, only a modest amount of those, but we're going to be able to claim so many crates. In theory, we should be able to get everything on this list a couple of times over. So what we'll do is sell all our runes that we don't need, and what I want to do is buy all his laws. So what we'll do is we'll scoot over here, we'll claim, I don't know, how many crates should we claim? And then let's crack 10 and see what we get. Hopefully we get some clay. There we go. I think for a normal account, the clay would be the worst item, or the limestone bricks. Obviously, we want the clay, but the steel bars, I mean, I'm genuinely going to have to use those for smithing. Like, we're not going to go to a house and build sinks. Do you know what I mean? Let's just see what we get. Yep, there's our mahoganies. Like I said, we should expect to see everything a couple of times, so we'll just grab everything. This is probably going to be too much clay, if anything. What we can do is just hang on to it and go back to the pyramid and get some cash for more runes and just make an absolute ton of house tabs. It's annoying that the rewards from this are all notable, but you can't, like, stack the crates. It seems like the crates should just be stackable if all the rewards inside are notable. Anyway, we've got 420, soft clay, which is insane. I've never really done unnoting stuff on this account yet, as I'm sure you're aware. So I think what the best thing is just to buy some garbage, and then you just, like, drop the amount of garbage you need. I don't really want to use these mahogany planks too much on our house, unless we desperately need them. I want to just keep them and just do a couple of mahogany contracts with them. So, as you know, we already have this rubbish lectern that we never ended up using, just because it cost 2 oak planks. So we'll get rid of this. We will build the mahogany eagle. What we can eventually do is make an even better lectern than this, which makes every kind of magic spell tablet in the game. However, that requires one of those 1 mil GP magic stones, so we're certainly not making that now. But what we can do is make all of these things currently, including house tabs, which is really, really good. Anyway, while we are here, what I'm going to do is just really quickly build a hall quest, or whatever it's called. Hall quest trophies. This is basically just a room that will do nothing immediately, but it has the potential of storing a mounted glory inside. See, we just need a glory to pop on there. We'll make this room just so we have it, just because we have the spare coins. So guys, what we're going to do, we're just going to see how much XP we can eke out by using these planks that we pulled from our supply crates. Obviously, we opened the supply crates primarily for this soft clay, but we have ended up with a bunch of steel bars and a bunch of every kind of plank. I sold the other garbage to the general store. So north of the fountain in Falador, that's really good. So this one should be a mahogany one. It seems like we only have enough to do approximately 3 mahogany contracts, so that's okay. We'll go do those now. It should be option 4, I guess, when I build things. Yeah, look at that. So obviously we're getting quite a lot for using the mahogany planks. They're the highest tier in the game. But let's see how much you get as a little burst at the end when you've done a contract. 2,750. See, that's not even that much for a plank that costs so much more. Kind of glad we aren't doing those. So what I am going to do, I'm going to do as many Mahogany Homes contracts as possible with these noted planks that we've been given, just to get as much construction XP out of these as possible without having to sell or drop them. Then we'll head back to the pyramid, get some more money and some more agility XP. Obviously we do need to push our agility towards 70 like most other skills for the Questscape itself, plus having high agility is really, really nice. Hello guys, only me. We've just used all our planks. We got all the way to 71, just hit 71. If we wanted to go all the way to 75, which is the ultimate goal, it's only another 400k, which is only about 8 hours of doing the traditional oak method. What I am going to do though is once again just claim all our crates because we should have something like 5 available. Let's just see what we get. Alright, 30 oaks, so we'll use those up. And then with that, we'll keep the bars noted and the clay noted just for now. And then once we're completely finished with our agility pyramid money, then I'll probably use up the supplies there. Quick break from the grind here. Over at the pyramid, just to show, we got ourselves 65 agility just before we left. Our 2 teak trees are ready, just going to check those. 51 farming, so now we can plant those pineapple seeds that we get without a boost. That's really, really helpful. And not 52, but 3/4 of the way to 52. So really, really nice to plant hardwoods. They take a few days to grow, but when they do, you get such a big boost of XP, so that's real good. Hey guys, back from a little session of agility. We've done 176 pyramid laps now, which is really cool. Currently on 547k GP, and we hit 66 agility, which is really nice. As you know, we left off on 71 construction. We'll see how far we get with this current cash stack. I do think we'll be a little bit short again. So yeah, just going to heal to full, and then we're going to go grab some planks, and then we're going to just unnote steel bars here as we need them. And then we'll just do as many oak contracts again as we can afford to. So yeah, back to building, and I'll probably clue you in if something interesting happens, or at the end of our cash stack here. Hey again guys, only me. I'm just taking a quick break from the construction here, because I got us an easy clue from a clue nest, and the first step is one that's easy to do, it doesn't require any items. In the meantime, I'm going to do a quick birdhouse run with our new yew traps, and while cutting these yew logs, we actually got up to 70 wood cutting. We've been slowly getting a few wood cutting levels doing this construction grind, obviously, because we're cutting something like 5,000 oak logs along the way. As you may know, we need 71 for Questscape. I think it's for Grim Tales or something like that. I'm going to try and do this easy clue, see if we open it over on Intrana, because I kind of want the book pages more than anything else. Come on, Sarah, give us that 3-step easy. Hey, nice. Okay, here's the casket. We're actually so close to Intrana, it's kind of fate. So, okay, show me the money. Well, that was a letdown. Anyway, birdhouse run, then back to construction. See you later. Okay, guys, another easy clue. From the same place, another easy clue nest while chopping oak logs for construction. 6k coins, I mean, I'll take. These are just so underwhelming. Hey guys, still constructing. Got the absolute best contract here. The one that only needs you to repair 4 things. Because that contract is so small, we only used 4 inventory slots of planks and steel bars, so we actually don't have to go back and resupply. If you look here on the left, this contract that we're heading off to, it needs 7 to 11 planks, depending on the furniture we have to fix, and 0 to 1 steel bars. We have 1 steel bar and 12 planks, so it's guaranteed we can complete this with just the stuff we already have, which is why that previous contract is super, super nice. And there's 72, a massive level for construction. This lets you make the Portal Nexus room without any kind of boosts, and obviously a bunch of other garbage we don't really care about. The Portal Nexus is like those portal rooms we already have. Instead of having 3 portals in a room, however, it acts as 4, and as you get a higher level, you can upgrade it to hold 8 teleports in one, and then finally, when you're a really high level, unlimited. Every teleport spell in the game can go in that one room. Plus, it also has the benefit of having doors on all 4 sides of the room, not just one, so you can put it kind of in the middle of your house and run through it to get places, so that helps you navigate, so that's really nice. It also has slots on the wall where you can mount a Xerix talisman or a dig site pendant, and both of those you can mount in a single Nexus room, and both will have unlimited charges. So it's really one of the best rooms you can unlock. The reason we're going for above the Questscape value for construction, we're going to 75, is so we can make that room, make the achievement gallery, which is going to be super useful for us because we can make the jewelry box and a teleport cape stand to give our house even more teleports around the game. We'll be able to go to all the dueling ring and game necklace destinations from our house, once again with unlimited charges, and without the need to go back to ham storerooms whenever we want one. Plus it gives us an excuse to make money and get ourselves some agility XP at the same time over at the pyramid. So yeah, that's 72 construction. Here's the other stats if you're interested. What I am obviously just going to do is just stay here until we run out of coins, or we get 75 construction, whichever comes first. Cool, okay, I hope I can edit some of this together, because I don't know if any of this made any sense.
Pinball. I love pinball.
Just a quick check-in on the stats. We are 73 construction, and with this here next contract, we should push over the line to 74, our final level. I was really enjoying this earlier today. I did this all of yesterday and like all of today. At this stage, I'm tired of it. If once we get to 75, I never see another nail and plank again, then that'd be perfect. Like I suspected, we are running out of money. So what I'm just going to do is just completely use up this cash stack till there's nothing left. Then once again, we're going to cash out our points. As you can see here, we've got 450 construction contract reward points, which I think is 18-ish supply crates. So we're going to crack all those open once again. Just use all the free planks that are in there to do as many contracts as we can, just to save on money. And obviously, once again, keep the steel bars and the soft clay. Once we do hit 75, chances are we'll head straight to the pyramid afterwards because we need a ton of cash. And we still need those 4 agility levels for the questscape, but really like another 10 just to get all the cool shortcuts in the game that you actually want to unlock. Hey gamers, it's me. I hope we have enough planks to do this, because as you can see we've got 19 coins left. So let's talk to her, get the thing. There we go, let's have a look where we are. 74, we're only 21k away from 75, so we're very, very nearly finished. I guess we'll go next door and just open up the crates. Oh, you can't buy them here, you have to go to Falador, okay. It may be that these 23 crates have enough noted planks in them to do a couple of contracts. Crack those open and just see where it puts us. More clay, that's nice. Really happy to get more steel bars as well, because it looks like we're going to have a bunch left after our construction, so we can go use them to just smith. Get some smithing XP, because our smithing's really low, it's 44. So it looks like we can do maybe 5 teak contracts, 2 mahogany contracts, so that's really good. So let's go do those. Kind of happy to be done with this, honestly. I was enjoying it before, but doing this for like 2 and a bit straight days is kind of, it wears on you a little. Tomorrow we'll come back, we'll do Eyes of Glofrey. That's the quest that unlocks the crystal saw, so we can create things above our level, which we need for the master plan. There's 75 construction, absolutely massive. So let's just finish this off, because we don't leave a job half done. There we go, talk to Norman. Norm, yeah, we'll take the cup of tea. That's that, guys, wow. Bit of a grind on a UIM, but made infinitely easier by the addition of minigames, as usual. So yeah, we're completely broke, so it'll be back to the pyramid next, and then we'll decide what we're doing after. Cheers. Hey guys, just chopped some trees, got a medium clue, did it because there were no equipment steps, here we go. Wow. 10 prayer on this. Nature runes are nice, the leprechaun hat, dude. These things are all garbage, but that's fine, we can sell those. Oh, we don't have 60 prayer, cool. Okay, we can sell all these then. Nothing good there then. So with construction all the way to 75 and that grind out the way, what I just really quickly did was nip to Lumbridge and just cut a few trees, just because our wood cutting was really close to 71, and also our fletching was really near a level, so I just chopped some willows and some oaks and just fletched them into unstrung bows and sold them to the general store. So now we have the 71 wood cutting for Questcape, which is really nice, and our fletching is 61, so a little bit closer to doing things like yew bows and stuff like that, and the rune crossbow. Hey guys, a new day, and if you look down here it's Tears of Guthix Day, so even better. It's set up nicely, so if we do Tears of Guthix, obviously it gives you XP in your lowest skill. It's going to go into our Herb Lore, which is the hardest skill for us to level, I think. So that's absolutely fantastic, that's exactly what we want. And show us the Herb Lore XP, 7,260. That gave us 2 levels, no way. Okay gamers, once again, incredibly interesting content for you, we're back here. So just a recap of what we got, we are 75 construction obviously, we're 66 agility, we're here to make some money. I wanted to do the agility pyramid to get some money. Since we had a really high construction level, I wanted to spend a lot of money on high tier upgrades for our house, which would make the rest of the game easier. The benefit of getting money at the agility pyramid is obviously also earning agility XP. At the very start we were getting 20 something K XP, by the end we were getting rates like 33k I think. So I basically stayed at the agility pyramid for quite a while, for quite a few hours, few days. Midway through I decided to nip off and make sure we had a cat following us, just so the cat would grow, because obviously cats take 3 hours. Because when we'd be done with the agility pyramid grind, I'd need a cat with us so we could go kill some rats to make the Evil Dave spicy stews, so we could use those for the +5 construction boost, so we could build the expensive items that we wanted in our house. I'd intended to get at least 70 agility by doing the pyramid, obviously that's the level you need for Quest Cape, but I did eventually decide to just go all the way to 72, do those extra hours, just because then if we do finally decide to get our agility even higher than this, just for the benefit of unlocking new shortcuts, we'd be able to do it inside the Hallowed Sepulchre at floor 3, where agility training actually becomes quite quick. But obviously that training method is only unlocked after we complete the Sins of the Father quest, which I believe is a master quest, so that's a little bit off for us. So by the time we hit 70 agility, we had 1.45 million cash, and by the time we went all the way to 72 agility afterwards, we had 2.4 million cash on us. So with a whole heap of cash and our small agility goal complete, what we needed to do next was get the items together to complete the Eyes of Gloffrey quest. The most difficult item we needed to get together for this quest was a single mud rune, so I decided we'd craft our own mud rune, so I went over to Dorgish Khan where there's a chest. There's a 1 in 20 drop of each of the different elemental talismans. To make a mud rune we'd need both a water and an earth talisman, so I just hopped until we got both. Went over to the essence mine with the bronze pick from Lumbridge Tower, mined enough essence, and then teleported with our Ring of the Elements over to the water altar and just made some mud runes that way. And then it was off to start the quest. Once I arrived, I teleported over to the Essence Mine just to do a quick, easy Western Diary task, as teleporting via Brimstale is a task for the Western Diary. While inside this Hazelmere cutscene, I thought it was quite funny that the goblins that I still had tagged from playing my main when getting KC for Bandos were still tagged inside the cutscene. I thought that was interesting. Anyway, Hazelmere gives us a token so we can go back and fix Brimstale's magic machine. So we head back over to him. Sadly, some World of Warcraft gnome rogue comes in and destroys the machine further. It makes our job just that much more difficult. Luckily, we bring the ingredients to mix together some magic glue. That includes our crushed mud rune that we crafted before. We mix this with sap and we repair the outside of the machine. To calibrate the inside, we have to use these special tokens that Brimstale gives us. Each token has assigned a different numerical value, and we need to just put in the right ones to total the on-screen numbers. To make this easier, you can use the converter machine next to you just to convert these tokens into other ones of similar value. And you can also do the drop trick. Drop all your tokens on the floor and tell Brimstale you lost them, he'll give you more, and you keep doing it until you have a nice healthy stack of them, just so we have more combinations to make this machine part that much quicker. With the help of Quest Helper, we quickly fixed the machine, and then we had to go round the Grand Tree, finding these 6 hidden spy creatures that were previously disguised as these cute bunnies, are actually little evil spiders controlled by the gnomes, so they need to be squished. Sadly, one of these is the king's personal pet, but we kill that one as well. Then we speak to the king, explain everything, and it's quest complete, a really easy one. I took the crystal seed we get as the reward back to Brimstale and just made the crystal saw that we came for. Like I said before, this crystal saw will enable us to build items 3 levels above our current construction level, and will also stack with visible boosts, including the +3 we can get from tea, or the +5 we can get from spicy stew, meaning with a stew and this saw it's possible for us to build things 8 levels above our current level, which means we can build things in our house up to level 83 in certain circumstances. As we were briefly free from grinds, I just nipped to Lumbridge real quick just to test the XP rates of making wines in the basement from the food shop. It turned out it was okay. Maybe we could do this all the way to 70 at a later date to do the recipe for Disaster Quest. Not right now, but I was just testing the viability of this method. So I headed over to Yanel to use the Mage Guild store to buy some runes to make the Teleport to House tablets on our new lectern. I used this shop instead of Ali Morrisane because it is a little bit cheaper once you have the magic level to get inside. To make these approximately 700 house tabs, I paid the 5k just to move our POH back to the default spot in Rimington, as it's close to that NPC that can unnote items for you. So doing this, we'd be able to just nip outside, take our soft clay over to the unnoter guy, and then just run back inside and keep doing trips without having to really leave. It's nice and AFK, and obviously every house tab you make, you get the XP for casting Teleport to House once, so that's also a nice little bonus. And yes, we could have used an air or an earth staff here to save on some runes, but it only would have saved us something like 2 to 6k, so I didn't think it was really worth the effort to go get one. Anyway, with our house tabs out the way and our crystal saw on us, here we are building the Superior Garden and the Portal Nexus Room. And then we went to the Sears Village pub to buy the stews from there, just so we could go make some orange spicy stew to try and nail this construction boost. Doing spicy stews is kind of painful. Basically how it works is you add 3 of a colour of spice into a stew, and then it becomes a spicy stew. So these spicy stews are capable of either boosting or draining one of your skills by up to +5, including doing nothing. So basically there's a 1 in 11 chance of hitting that +5, as you could hit +5, +4, +3, etc. all the way down to -5. So it can take a long time to get the +5 boost. I did fail a few times. Every time we fail, obviously we have to go back and buy more stew from the guy, go back into the rat basement, chase more rats until we got the appropriate doses of orange spice, and then also if we got drained by too much, we'd also have to head up to the Ferox Enclave and drink the juice in order to reset our stats back to normal. To get to Ferox, I was sadly nipping through our Lumbridge portal over to the Lumbridge canoe, chopping down the canoe and sailing up to Ferox Enclave. A very slow way to get there, but once we do manage to hit this stew boost, we will be able to come back and make our Jewelry Box 1 with unlimited jewel ring tellies, which will enable us to teleport to Ferox Enclave directly an unlimited number of times from our house. Also, it's a good idea here to wait for your stats to dip down by 1 just before you attempt to try the spicy stew. Just because stats work in this game on a 1 minute cycle, it's not a minute from when you drink the stew, it's just a constantly cycling timer. So if you drink the stew at the wrong time, you could have 1 or 2 seconds of boost before it drains down by 1. So it's important to not do this. Anyway, with the stew out the way, we finally nailed that +5, we ran inside and made our achievement gallery, and I also made the adventure log inside just for the memes. This is a largely useless item. It just allows you to click on this table and see a bunch of your character logs, for example the number of bosses you've killed, the number of slayer monsters you've killed. Functionally, it doesn't actually do anything for your account. With our boost done for our achievement gallery, the next thing I wanted to make was the teak shelves too, so we could get a +3 boost from drinking tea, instead of messing about with the spice for when we need a little bit less of a boost for a lot less messing around. The teak shelves too just cost 2 of those gold leaves, so it was about 260k, plus a few planks and a little bit of soft clay. The next step for us to upgrade our house further, we went and mined some limestone and we hopped worlds just to buy some soul and body runes, just to make the restoration pool 1 in our new superior garden. Now this pool currently will only restore our special attack energy bar, won't restore our health, prayer or run energy. Those things you can add later if you bring the appropriate potions and you have the appropriate construction level, which we do have. We just don't have the herb lore level to make staminas for the next step. And finally, I wanted to create the jewellery box I've been talking so much about, so what I did is I went back to Ham's storerooms, and we got 3 sapphire necklaces that I enchanted into the 3 games necks we'd need. And for the 3 jewel rings we'd need, I bought the emeralds from the Alcarid gem store, and then I telegrabbed 3 gold bars from the basement of Varrock Bank, and I just made these myself in a ring mould just to save time. I used the T-boost along with the saw to craft the jewellery box 1, and now inside our house, as you can see here, we have unlimited tellies to all the jewelling ring and games necklace teleport locations. Hey guys, just me. So what I thought I'd do real quick, just while we're not doing anything else, just get this last mage level, because we are 65 currently. If we get 66, which is only 1.5k away, then we'll be able to enter the Yanil Wizards Guild and buy cheaper runes than Ali, without the boost of the Mind Bomb beer from the Falador pub. Which is really good because I keep going to Yanil and forgetting to bring a Mind Bomb, so that'll be really nice for us. Plus, this will also mean that when we do drink a Mind Bomb at 66, we'll get a +3 boost to 69, haha, and that'll actually let us make a Kourend Castle teleport in our house. So what I'm going to do is just get this level. You can't boost to put teleport spells in your portal nexus, but you can boost to put them in your teleport room like we did with the Salve Graveyard portal. So what I'll do is I'll get this level, I'll nip over to Falador, grab another Mind Bomb, and then we'll grab 100 times the runes you see on screen here, and then we'll put them in our last remaining regular portal that's in our house, just so we've got a way to get to Kourend, because currently our book is out of charges. We don't have the Kourend Grandmaster quest finished to give it more charges, and it's quite expensive to keep charging up, so I figure we'll just make a very basic portal, and then anytime we get, say, a Slayer task in the Catacombs, or we just want to get to the centre of Kourend without using a book charge, then we can just go via our house, which will be super nice. Right guys, with that portal finished and easy access to Kourend whenever we'd like from our house, I'd like to complete the Architectural Alliance mini-quest that we started a couple of episodes back. As you can see, we've got 1.5 bars of favour left to get. So what I'm going to do is just grab this face mask, because we're going to need it for the Loverkench section. We're going to go mine the sulphur, which frankly no one enjoys doing. Basically you go into this mine where there's all this dust in the air, so you need a face mask on, or an equivalent, and every sulphur you mine has a 1 in 3 chance of increasing your Loverkench favour by 0.1%. So it's around 33 actual sulphur we have to mine per 1%? Yeah. I'm not sure if we're able to do the Loverkench quest called the Forsaken Tower. I know it has like a weird smithing requirement or something, so we'll have to look into that when we reach 20%. But yeah, obviously the reason we want all the Kourend favours complete, not only for all that massive list of unlocks that I showed in a previous episode, but we can complete the Architectural Alliance mini quest, which I believe gives us one 10k XP lamp, which will be nice. Obviously it'll go straight into Herblore, and it'll probably give us 2 levels, so that'll be really good. Okay, here we are in Loverkenge with a bunch of food, dropped a bunch of unnecessary stuff, got our face mask on. Toothy should sell a rune pick. We're going to go for the best pick here. I know we didn't during the construction grind, and I kind of regretted that at the time. So what we're going to do is just mine sulfur. Basically, these clouds attack you at like a 1-tick attack speed. So basically, we just have to mine and hope we don't get attacked too much. And if we do, we just have to run. I think what we'll do is just drop a bunch of cakes so we can mine more than 2 at once. There we go, we got 0.2 favour. That was really lucky. So yeah, we're going to stay here, just mining away. Till 20%. It's highly possible that we'll run out of food before we get to 20%, so I'll just go back to Ardy and get more cake, and then come back. We'll get a tiny little bit of mining XP for this. I don't really care about the mining XP, really. Obviously, we do need a bunch more mining levels, like 20 or something on this account for Quest Cape, but mining's such a slow skill that we can do at any time, but I'm not really in a rush for it. So yeah, guys, I'll just truck away at this, and I'll clue you in a bit. Right, pretty decent first trip there. Got ourselves 12.5% favour, and if we check in chat, that was 362 volcanic sulphur. But yeah, we'll go heal up and then we'll come back. Hopefully if we can get at least another 7.5% on our next trip, which should be possible if we got 12.5% this time. Then we can go do the quest, get 10% favour that way, and then maybe be able to move on to the smithing method instead of this mining method. But I've never tried it, so we'll see. Right guys, 22.6% favour. We've passed the 20% threshold. We need to do the Forsaken Tower quest, so we're going to go start that right now, and that's going to give us a nice 10% more Loverkenge favour when we complete it. Apparently we don't need any items. It recommends 1 games necklace, because we do need to tally over to Wintertot once, but obviously we now have the jewellery box in our house, so we have unlimited games next in there. So we'll just telly home and then take the Wintertot telly. And then we'll just do a little bit of walking around and a few puzzles which Quest Helper will tell us how to solve. So it should be a very straightforward quest. Okay, here we are inside the Forsaken Tower. You literally don't even need to read the words, it's excellent. Like, look, blue thing on blue, blue thing on blue, blue thing on blue. It's amazing, honestly. Don't even need to think, just click everything once. If it remains blue, click it again. Read the notes. Somehow RuneLite is able to read the notes for you and tell you which fluid you need. This is one of those things on a quest where it's different per player, so you can't just follow a guide blindly. But since RuneLite obviously has direct access to the code of what's happening in your current game, then it can read what it is for you and just tell you. So even though this bit, again, it's perfectly easy to do because everything's highlighted, it is all a lot of running still. I remember doing this previously on like a Leagues or something after Quest Helper came out, and as you can see, this part still takes a while. There we go, that'll open this, then we can go downstairs. Now there is a medium diary task in here, or maybe it's a hard diary task, to smith an adamant bar in this furnace, but that requires 70 smithing. Obviously we're so far away from 70 smithing, it's really not even worth thinking about. So that's it, we get the hammer, Wintertot Camp on our awesome jewellery box. So happy we got this. Yeah, return to Loverkenge. I think the best way is Fairy Ring. Not entirely sure, since we don't yet have the mounted Xerix, which we'll probably work on at some stage. It is a nice scenic walk across the Lizardman Bridge though, so we'll do it here, just for the sake of it. As usual with these Kourend favour quests, we will receive a teleport page for the Kourend's Memoirs / Book of the Dead, and it should give us a few more charges, which is really nice because you need soul runes for the charges and they're kinda pricey for us. This will push us up to 32% favour. We'll probably have to go back to the sulphur to get to like 75. I took a look at the smithing method I was talking about, and it turns out you need a really high smithing level to even do the very lowest level stuff, so maybe that's not feasible for us. Okay, so that's the quest complete. Let's read the favour certificate, crack it open straight away, and then if we check our book, 8 memories, if we reminisce, we can teleport to Loverkenge. So in future it puts us right here. Bit of a waste of a charge, but we do need to use each teleport once for a diary task, as you can see there in chat. So I think what I'll do is I'll go get some more food, empty out this garbage from our inventory that we just picked up, and then come back and just go back to mining sulphur till 75, I guess. We can do the minecart system, which I'll show you in a bit. So with the Forsaken Tower quest down, that gave us another 10% favour, so we're at around 32% Loverkenge. I went back to the Sulphur and just mined, did a couple of trips until we hit the 75% favour. Once you pass 65, you unlock a new method where you deliver some minecart control scrolls around the map. This unlocks a minecart transportation system around the continent of Zaya to 5 different locations. Each one you visit and give a scroll gives you 5% favour, so these final 5 minecart guys we'd visit would give us the 100% Loverkenge we came for. And I also opted to pay the minecart person 100k to make these minecarts permanently free forever. The final minecart is up at the Chambers of Xeric entrance on top of Mount Quidamortum. We'd also have to climb this mountain in order to do the Shazian favour quest called Tale of the Righteous. So what I did is I just set our quest helper to the Tale of the Righteous quest and just really quickly did the intro, just so we also had the objective of climbing up the mountain for that quest as well. I brought an anti-poison from the Castle Wars spawn just in case, and we made sure our prayer was charged up so we could protect range from the aggressive lizard men on the way up. Once you reach the top here, there is a mountain guide NPC you can speak to, and once you speak to him at the top of the mountain, he appears at the bottom of the mountain and acts as a permanent fast travel up and down. We may never use this, however, as soon as we get to the top here, we'll have access to the minecart that takes us to the top, which is a lot easier to get to, but we might as well unlock it on the way. Anyway, with the minecart unlocked up here and the mountain guide also unlocked, we continued with the Tale of the Righteous quest. This is a favour quest, like I say, for the Shazian house. We already got to 30% favour in a previous episode by healing wounded soldiers with medpacks, which is why we're able to do this quest now. Basically, we head inside a strange flesh-coloured cave just next to the Chambers of Xeric, which is unlike anything else in the game to my knowledge. And once we clear it of an aggressive, spooky lizard man, we bring in the historians to check it out. Once we have the historian's verdict on all the stuff inside the cave, we head back to Shazian, but strangely this guy's gone missing. Anyway, I'm sure all this lore is really important, and it feeds into the Kingdom Divided quest that comes a bit later, but the main thing is we got our 10% favour scroll, and also we did our minecart system on the way. So we were now at 40% Shazian favour, and we also got the Shazian teleport in our book. We could also teleport to Shazian using our book, and finally complete that diary task to teleport using the book to each of the 5 houses. So with 4 houses down, the only thing left was to do the remaining 60% of the Shazian house. Like I said, the last time we came to do Kourend favour, I'd be leaving the gang boss activity until we had protection prayers, but now we have those, so we're ready to give that a go. Basically, you can talk to a soldier in Shazian to find out about organised crime around the continent of Zaya, and if you head to wherever the NPC tells you, there'll be a gang there in a multi-combat area, and each one you kill will give you both some Shazian favour as well as some noted supplies, and the chance of a rare intelligence drop that we can turn in for some combat XP. So we did a couple of trips of gangsters just to get some Shazian rep. We just used up whatever noted supplies we got from these gangsters, a couple of planks and stuff that I unnoted and just made oak tables and things in our house, smelted the gold bars we got into just some random bracelets and sold them just so we didn't waste the XP. After using these supplies, I also decided to clean our invent out by using the noted steel bars from the construction contracts earlier, so I thought the best thing to do would be to use them on the anvil that's really near Varrock Bank, so it'd be really short trips to unnote them, and just turn them into steel arrow tips, so not only could we get smithing XP out of them, we could subsequently turn these into arrows and get some nice fletching XP as well. To use up all these bars, we'd need just shy of 4,500 headless arrows, so I grabbed some feathers from the fishing shop in Witchhaven, which sells them in packs, and I made some arrow shafts myself. Threw together the headless arrows in Varrock, smithed all our arrowheads, and then put it all together. So now we had a tiny little bit more Shazian rep to go, and I also had a bunch of arrows with us, so what I decided to do is pick up a set of range gear, some very, very mediocre stuff, just the studded body and legs from the Varrock armor shop, as well as returning to Ava in Draenor Manor for the Ava's device, and I just grabbed a longbow from Lowe's Bows, just because we'd need the extra range for what I had planned. Now our Shazian favour was high enough, we had the permission to fight lizard men. Basically you can go down into this canyon where lizard men are fighting against Shazian guards in multi-way combat, and if there are no other players here, and the only other people damaging the lizard men are the NPC guards, then all you have to do to get a kill is hit one of the lizard men once, with a source of damage from yourself. So I brought a longbow to stay as far away from the danger as possible, lurking on this ramp here, and then any time I'd see a lizard man in combat with an NPC who looked like it was about to die, I'd just fire a few arrows his way until I got given the KC. After our second lizard man kill, I actually got the Xeric's amulet as a drop, which is really cool because that's 1 in 125, and I didn't see another one the whole time I was here. Xeric's amulet's really cool. It lets you teleport around Zaya, just like the book, but to some slightly different locations. Obviously the ranged XP from this was absolutely atrocious. It was about 12k an hour, but every one of these lizard men that I quote-unquote killed gave us 0.1% Shasian favour, and also awarded me whatever the drops were. I chilled here all evening just shooting these lizard men from my semi-safe spot, as our rep went up to 100%. By the end of this I had 25 or 26 lizard man fang drops as well, which I put into my Xeric's amulet, as each of these acts as one teleport charge on the amulet itself. And as I mentioned before, we are able to mount one of these in the Portal Nexus room we now have in our house, although sadly to do so you also need an additional 5,000 of these lizard man fangs, which is 200 times what I just got during this little grind tonight. Anyway, Shasian rep was maxed, so we talked to the final Shasian architect, and we went to the centre of Kourend Castle just to talk to all the architects, have them build the statue, and complete the Architectural Alliance mini-quest. Of course, from this we got a 10k XP reward that I opted to put into Herblore as ever, and this pushed our Herblore from 43 up to 45, which is a really nice level, because this lets us do super attack potions. We came away from the lizard men with a bunch of different seeds. We planted 2 jangaberry bushes and a ranar, which was nice, and just dropped the rest. What I also did was replace the regular RD portal inside our house with a Camelot portal, as I'm not using the RD portals since we have this cloak, and I'm using the Camelot teleport every time we do any kind of farm run, so it makes a lot more sense to replace it with that one. With RD on the mind, I quickly went to test out a little bit of RD Knight thieving, as we still need a couple of thieving levels for the quest gate requirement of 60. I figured it would be an okay method, as the cake stall is close by, and I was getting around 44,000 XP an hour, not sure on the GP, but it's probably about a quarter of that. Obviously it'll be loads better after the RD medium diary, so I'm not going to sit here and grind this out now, because I'd be missing out on a flat 10% success chance, which is huge. But it's good to know that RD Knights will be good for our account when it does come to the point where we can do them. Just because this episode so far has been a little bit light on quests, I decided to go start Olaf's quest, because it doesn't have too many requirements and there's not really any difficult combat in it. Because we'd have to fight a couple of skeleton Fremeniks and the undead guy who comes out of the ground at the very end, I went back to the guy who sells the dragon dagger for 60k and bought one back, just to have a weapon. Inside the brine rat cave here, we only failed twice on the bit where you have to carefully walk across the barrels. I think this was helped a lot by having a huge 72 agility already. Sometimes you fail this over 10 times and this quest takes ages, but for us it was fine. With this quest complete and 47 Slayer, we'll be able to be assigned brine rats in here, which are a great Slayer task. They drop noted food, noted raw fish we can use for our cooking XP, and a chance at the brine saber, which is just a sweet looking weapon. As part of the quest reward from Olaf's quest, we did get 4 rubies, which is really, really nice. What I've been doing anytime we found a ruby or received one as a quest reward is I've been handing these into the Varrock Museum curator. Basically, there is a mounted dig site pendant option available in our POH Portal Nexus room, but you can only make this once you receive a museum curator's medallion, and he'll only give this to you if you give him 250 rubies.
It's yours, my friend, as long as you have enough rubies.
Also, while in the neighbourhood, I'll just quickly bang out the Soul's Bane quest. It's a really sucky quest, but we need to do it for some diaries anyway. Basically, it's a quest where you go through rooms and just wait and click on stuff really, really slowly. I didn't bring good enough combat gear or food for the room we have to fight the Rolling Monkey Men, so I did have to come back after healing up and do this in 2 trips, which kinda sucked. But hey, we did it. Finally, to round out the episode, I thought we'd do one more quest, just squeeze one in after all this other grinding, so I decided to go start Troll Romance, because there's not too many requirements. I think we've got pretty much everything we need here in the event, just ran around grabbing all the bits. Got the wax, the cake tin, the pineapple seed's not for this, but obviously it's a nice seed, so we're just keeping it for now. Gonna just use our jewellery box, as ever, to teleport over to Burthorpe. There's probably a quicker way into the Troll Stronghold from here, but we don't actually have our climbing boots on us, and we can pass the Warrior Guild food shop on the way, so we'll go up this way, past the Sherpa, grab some boots, grab some potatoes from in here. Our prayer's full, we've got a bow and some arrows, so we can safe spot the quest boss at the end of this quest. So yeah, it should be relatively straightforward as long as our prayer holds up and we don't die to trolls on the way round. So what we do in Troll Romance is we bring the required materials to make a sled, and then we have to climb up to the top of a troll-infested mountain, sled halfway down, and grab this special flower. We give this to a particular troll who wants to use this to woo a female troll, but sadly her boyfriend gets in the way, so we simply kill him to help out the other troll. Obviously, since this is a Troll Stronghold related quest, for some reason we're allowed to use the exact same safe spot we used before during Troll Stronghold to kill Dad. You just hide next to this gate and you can range or mage the quest boss. So what I'm going to do is just go over our skills a little bit and record a little bit of an outro as we finish this quest. Let's have a quick look at the stats on the account, because it's been a while since we've had an in-depth stats check. There's quite a few that are quest cape ready. Obviously, technically our melees are, our range technically is, but obviously I want all of those higher, ideally to at least 70. If we can hit 61 range, then we can start using the rune crossbow. We want to get all the other stuff to 70 for when we go to Barrows and get some proper tank gear. Prayer, we still need level 50 for quest cape, but obviously every prayer point you get improves how long your prayers last in combat, and every few prayer levels increases how much you get back from a prayer potion, so it's always worth leveling prayer more. Mage, we do need 75 for one of the quests in the game. 75 is quite a high level, but mage is very easy to do. And once we've done Desert Treasure, obviously we'll have access to AoE, burst, barrage spells, stack up the damage and get lots of XP per hour, so that's easy. Runecraft, we're 10 levels above the level we need for quest cape. We've done loads of that, as you remember, Guardians of the Rift. Construction, you only need 70, we've got 75. Again, we might get a couple more levels if we really wanted to. If we went up to 80, we could put a fairy ring in our house, things like that. Just extreme luxuries that we don't need on the account, but would be nice. Hunter, we need to get to 70, but we'll just keep doing that while doing other things in the game, through the birdhouse runs every hour or so if I can remember to do them. I think I looked earlier, it's something like 340 more birdhouses we need to place, and obviously you do 4 per run, so that's only like, what, 75 runs or something, I don't know. But yeah, that'll happen in a couple of weeks probably if I keep up with it. Slayer, we do need 69 eventually, but I feel like we've not truly started slaying yet. That's something, like I've said before, we'll get into once we've done Monkey Madness 1 and got our Dragon Defender. So we have a Defender and a D-Skim, and we get some proper armour. We'll probably get our Proselyte back or try and get some full rune or something, and we'll do the Fremenic Isles to get the Netter's Knot helm until we get the Slayer helm. So once we've got all that proper melee gear, then we'll actually do some proper Slayer, because it's not really worth it right now with how low our DPS is. We'll just get bad XP rates. Next up, Fletching. You only need 60 for quest cape. I have been doing a little bit more just because it's probably my favourite skill, weirdly. If we can get Fletching to 69, then we can make our own rune crossbow, which we can wield at 61 range, which will be really nice because then we can go kill the deranged archaeologist for an unfinished rune crossbow and just fletch it ourselves. And obviously getting to 70 will let us make some nice yew bows with yew logs that are worth quite a bit of money. There we go, that's the Troll Romance quest. Shouldn't get anything from that. Some agility and some strength. What I'll quickly do is, while we have runes on us, we'll just go to Varrock, we'll grab a chisel, we'll chisel the rubies we got, and I'll just show you turning them into the guy in the museum. There we go, 243 more rubies towards our unlimited dig site pendant in our house. Anyway, back to the stats. Yep, crafting, like I say, we need 70 technically. We got 60 doing glass at the very, very start of this episode. If we have a look at glass, we don't unlock anything new. I really don't like this about the game. There's nothing new between 49 and 87, which is insane. So I feel like these could be spread out a little bit more. Anyway, we can always go back and do glass. I can't remember what I said at the start of the video. Maybe it was something like 15 more hours of the Port Phasmatis method. Obviously getting high crafting is nice because we can make better jewellery. Hopefully one day we'll be able to craft some Dragonstone pieces. We can already make the Ring of Wealth, I believe. That's only 55. But for the higher level Dragonstone pieces, it's like in the mid-70s. Herblore is going to be the slowest grind on this account. It is still going. We're now at 45, which is nice because we've been ploughing every reward lamp into it possible, which does mean we can now make super attacks, which is really, really good. Ideally, we want to be able to make stamina potions for that run energy boost for 2 minutes, and also to be able to put staminas in the pool in our house so we can recharge our run whenever we go home. That would be really nice if we got 77, but we only need 70 for quests. So that's Herblore. We're going to be doing that over the long term with every diary reward, quest reward, genie random, everything we can we'll plough into this skill to get it as close to 70 as possible. Agility, as you know, is finished. You only need 70 for quest cape. We got 72 for Sepulchre. I'd like to get 76 for the Zolra shortcut once we've done Regicide quest. But there's no real point training it any further unless we're desperate for cash. We'll train it further at the Hallowed Sepulchre after the Sins of the Father quest, because that is the best XP rate in the game. HP 67, that'll just go up as we're playing the game. You only technically need 50 for quest cape. We do actually need 85 combat, I think, for one of the Lunar Diplomacy quests. Maybe Extreme Mentor, something like that. So we're not quite at the combat level yet for quest cape, but like I say, the combats will just go up. Farming's happening kind of slowly. We need 70 again for the quest cape. We do have access to the first room of the farming guild, which is kind of nice. We can go there and do contracts whenever we want to start doing farming for real, quote unquote. We'll probably wait until we've done a little bit more thieving, so we can go do master farmers, get some better seeds with a better success rate. Once we continue doing our birdhouse runs, we'll keep getting mediocre tree seeds. We've been getting things like pineapples and anything from apples to papayas. I've been planting all of them that I can, as long as they're better than like an apple tree. Sometimes I'll drop apple seeds, I'll be honest. Because where we are currently in the game, we've only got 4 fruit tree patches available. So it's sometimes we get more seeds than we can actually plant, and if they're low tier ones, then I just drop them. Woodcutting, we got 71. We're actually very close to 72, so I think I'll just do it now for the memes while we're chilling and talking. We don't unlock anything with woodcutting until 75, which is magic trees. But obviously every level in woodcutting makes your woodcutting a little bit quicker, which is cool. If we do ever decide to go for 75, which I might, because like I say, I want to get our fletching up, then that would be cool, because magic logs are worth quite a lot. Even more if you fletch them into bows. Fire making's done and dusted. You need 66. I might go back to Wintertop at some stage now we have the game's necklace in our house. Maybe we'll go there when we have higher skills in everything else, because then the loot crates become better. But the loot we got while getting 66 was really bad, so I'm not super fussed about that. Cooking, quite a slow one. Not really sure how we're going to train this yet. Again, we need 70 in this one, specifically for Recipe for Disaster. Once we've done Monkey Madness, we can do Free and King Awawogi. So I think to get that we'll probably just hop worlds and do wines. Or alternatively, we'll give Temperos a try and see if the noted fish rewards are any good. Maybe before that we'll do Family Crest and get the cooking gauntlets, I don't know. I've not really thought too much into cooking at the minute. Fishing is way more than done, we're 77 now. We only need 62 for quests, that's for Swan Song to do Monkfish, so we're 15 levels above that. We might get it up just passively if we do go to Temperos, like I say, for cooking XP, but who knows. Smithing will be a tough one that I'm kind of trying not to think about. We do need 70 again for Questcape, we're only 46, which is painfully low. I think what we'll probably end up doing with this is again doing Family Crest, getting the Goldsmith gauntlets, and probably just doing the World Hop at the Blast Furnace method, and just making enough gold bars and selling them or dropping them to the shop, just to get our smithing up to 70. Luckily 70 isn't a super high level to get. It's only like, what, 700k XP or something? So it is achievable in any skill, even the really slow ones like Herblore. It just might be a bit of a drag. Mining sucks. It's probably one of my like bottom 3 skills in the game, just because it's so awful. So what we'll probably do is go Motherload Mine and semi-AFK. Shooting stars, or not sure, but we actually need 72 for the Questcape, which is really painful. I mean, at the end of the day, worst case scenario, we can buy a rune pick from a shop, just mine iron ore and drop it on the floor till we get 72. Like, it's doable. So yeah, that's a look at our skills. We're 1406 total now. Anyway, thanks for sticking around for that really, really long ramble. If you've got any ideas for the account, any suggestions, any feedback on these videos, please leave it in the comments below. Drop a like if you fancy, sub if you want to see the next one. Really appreciate you guys tuning in. This has been Bag Only, and then next episode we'll be back for more quests, more gaming. So, yeah, I don't know, call your grandparents maybe.
Banana! Banana!